Listen up, Duval. This is exactly the moment we've been waiting for. And Trevor Lawrence is about to silence every single doubter out there. Because what we're seeing right now is not a problem. It's an opportunity for our franchise quarterback to show the entire league why he was the number one pick and why the Jaguars are sitting pretty at 4-2 heading into this massive Week 7 showdown against the Rams. And let me tell you something, the energy around TIAA Bank Stadium is absolutely electric right now because we all know what Trevor is capable of when he lets it rip downfield. And that's exactly what needs to happen on Sunday. Now let's talk about what's really going on here with the deep passing game. Because yes, the numbers show Trevor attempted 5 deep passes against Seattle in Week 6 and only completed 1 of them. And sure, he's currently ranked last among 32 qualifying quarterbacks in deep passing grade at 44.7 with a completion rate of just 22% on throws over 20 yards. But here's the thing, Duval, you don't build a 4-2 record by accident, and you don't lead your team to back-to-back winning seasons without having the talent and the mentality to overcome adversity. And that's exactly what we're about to witness because Trevor Lawrence has ice in his veins, and when his back is against the wall, that's when he performs at his absolute best. The connection between Trevor and Brian Thomas Jr. is something truly special. And we all saw it last season when they hooked up for 8 completions, 325 yards, and 3 touchdowns on deep passes, which was absolutely jaw-dropping to watch. And yes, this year they've only connected twice for 55 yards on 8 attempts. But that's not a reflection of their ability, that's just football. Sometimes the timing isn't perfect, the coverage is there, the window closes a split second too early, but the talent is undeniable and the chemistry is real. And all it takes is one game, one moment, one perfectly placed deep ball for everything to click back into place. And I genuinely believe that moment is coming this Sunday against Los Angeles. Now let's address the elephant in the room, which is the Rams' defense, because they're ranked 3rd in coverage grade at 70.8 and they've only allowed a 46.0 passer rating on deep throws, which sounds intimidating on paper. But here's what the stats don't tell. The Jaguars have one of the most creative offensive minds in football right now in head coach Liam Cohen, who has already shown he can scheme guys open and create mismatches. And Trevor has the arm talent to fit balls into windows that most quarterbacks wouldn't even attempt. And when you combine that with the speed and explosiveness of Brian Thomas Jr., who can take the top off any defense in the league, you have a recipe for explosive plays just waiting to happen. What makes this opportunity even more exciting is that Liam Cohen addressed this exact issue during the week, and his confidence in Trevor was absolutely unwavering when he talked about how the good has been really good and that they're working to eliminate those dips that go down too low and become game-changing, which shows he understands exactly what needs to happen. And he's putting in the work with Trevor to make those adjustments. And when your head coach believes in you like that, when he's publicly backing you and expressing confidence that you're going to figure it out, that's when great quarterbacks elevate their game to another level. The reality is that Trevor Lawrence has all the physical tools to dominate in the deep passing game. We've seen him make throws that leave you speechless. We've seen him drop dimes into tight coverage. We've seen him connect on those back shoulder fades and go routes that make defensive coordinators lose sleep at night. And the fact that he's struggled in this area through 6 games doesn't mean he's incapable. It means he's due for a breakout performance. And what better stage than a nationally relevant matchup against a talented Rams team that everyone will be watching, because Trevor has always performed best when the lights are brightest and the stakes are highest. Think about what a successful deep passing game would do for this entire offense right now, because when you can stretch the field vertically, it opens up everything else. The intermediate routes become easier, the play action becomes more effective, the run game gets more room to operate. And suddenly you're not just moving the chains, you're putting up explosive plays that change the complexion of the game and demoralize the opposing defense. And that's exactly what the Jaguars need to do against Chris Shula's defense on Sunday. They need to make them respect the deep ball, and once that happens, everything else will fall into place. The supporting cast around Trevor is better than it's been in years. You've got Brian Thomas Jr., who is an absolute burner down the field. You've got Christian Kirk, who can win on intermediate and deep routes. You've got Evan Engram, who provides a safety valve and can get vertical from the tight end position. And the offensive line has been giving Trevor enough time to let these deeper routes develop, which means all the pieces are in place for this aspect of the offense to explode. And when I say explode, I mean we could be talking about multiple explosive plays that completely flip the script on how people view this passing attack. What's even more encouraging is that Trevor has shown flashes of brilliance this season. When the deep ball has connected, we've seen the potential, we've seen the arm strength, we've seen the anticipation and the willingness to take shots downfield, which is exactly what you want from your franchise quarterback. Because in today's NFL, you cannot be conservative and expect to compete for championships. You have to be willing to attack vertically. You have to make defenses, defend the entire field. And Trevor has always had that gunslinger mentality that Liam Cohen referenced. And now it's just about tapping back into that mindset and letting it rip with confidence. The Rams' secondary is talented. There's no denying that, but they're also human and they can be beaten. And when you have a quarterback with Trevor's arm talent and a receiver with Brian Thomas Jr.'s speed and tracking ability, you have the weapons to exploit any defense in the league. And I think what we're going to see on Sunday is Trevor coming out aggressive from the opening drive, taking those shots downfield early, establishing that this is going to be a game where the Jaguars attack vertically, and once he completes that first deep ball to BTJ for a big gain or a touchdown, the confidence will skyrocket and we'll see the Trevor Lawrence that we all know is capable of carrying this team deep into the playoffs. Liam Cohen's comment about having confidence, despite the inconsistencies, is so important because that's the kind of leadership and belief that translates directly to quarterback performance when your head coach isn't panicking, when he's not overthinking it, when he's simply saying, we're going to work through this, and I believe in you. That gives a quarterback the freedom to play loose and trust his instincts rather than playing tight and second guessing every decision. And Trevor playing loose and trusting his instincts is when he's at his absolute best, because that's when his natural talent takes over and he makes throws that very few quarterbacks in this league can make. The narrative around this game is going to be about whether Trevor can bounce back in the deep passing game, and I'm here to tell you, not only can he bounce back, but he's going to thrive, because champions respond to adversity. They don't shrink from it, they embrace it and use it as fuel. And Trevor Lawrence is a champion. He's proven that throughout his career, from Clemson to Jacksonville, and this is just another chapter in his story where he faces a challenge head on and comes out the other side stronger and more confident, and the Jaguars sitting at 4-2 is proof that this team knows how to win even when things aren't perfect. What excites me most about this matchup is the potential for Trevor and Brian Thomas Jr. to recapture that magic from last season. Because when they're on the same page, when that deep ball is connecting consistently, this offense becomes virtually unstoppable, and opposing defenses have to dedicate extra resources to stopping the deep ball, which opens up everything else and creates opportunities for Travis Etienne in the run game and Christian Kirk and Evan Engram in the intermediate passing game. And that's when this offense becomes the explosive dynamic unit that we all envisioned when Liam Cohen was hired. The timing couldn't be better for Trevor to break out in the deep passing game, because the Jaguars need this win to stay in control of the division race and to prove that they're legitimate contenders in the AFC, and there's no better way to make a statement than by attacking the Rams' defense, vertically connecting on big plays, and showing the entire league that the Jacksonville Jaguars have a quarterback who can beat you in multiple ways. And when the deep ball is working, Trevor Lawrence is one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in football, period. So Duval, get ready, because Sunday is going to be special. I can feel it. Trevor is going to come out slinging the ball downfield with confidence and precision. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to make those spectacular catches that remind everyone why he was such a highly touted prospect. And the Jaguars are going to put together a complete offensive performance that showcases exactly what this team is capable of when everything clicks, and that 4-2 record is going to turn into 5-2, and suddenly everyone around the league is going to be talking about Jacksonville as a legitimate threat in the AFC playoff picture. The deep ball struggles are temporary. The talent is permanent. And when you have a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence, who has shown time and time again that he can make every throw on the field, you don't panic. You stay the course. You trust the process, and you wait for that breakout performance that you know is coming. And I'm telling you right now that breakout performance is happening this Sunday against the Rams. And it's going to be glorious to watch, because there's nothing more exciting in football than watching your franchise quarterback connect on deep balls that change the game and demoralize the opposition. This is our moment, Duval. This is when Trevor Lawrence reminds everyone why he's special. This is when the deep passing game comes alive. And this is when the Jacksonville Jaguars make a statement to the entire NFL that they're not just a good team, they're a dangerous team with a quarterback who can take over games when it matters most. So get loud at TIAA Bank Stadium, support your team, and watch Trevor Lawrence do what he does best, which is rise to the occasion and deliver when it counts. Because that's what franchise quarterbacks do, and that's exactly what we're going to see on Sunday. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash that like button, because you don't want to miss any of the analysis and coverage as we break down this huge victory after the game. And speaking of the game, here's my question for you. Do you think Trevor Lawrence will connect on 3 or more deep passes against the Rams for over 100 yards? Or will the Rams secondary hold him to 2 or fewer completions? Downfield, let me know in the comments whether you're picking option A, 3+ deep completions, or option B, 2 or fewer. I want to hear what Duval thinks about our quarterback's chances this Sunday.